Good morning. Good morning. Oh, y'all see I'm excited. Oh, y'all see I'm excited. Because if you saw that title, listen, I've been pumped for the past 35 minutes. I couldn't wait to hit this button because my fight game is back on, baby. Woo! I'm talking about the fight game. You know, listen, have you been sitting around and letting the enemy just like really take it to you? You know what I mean? He's like taking it to you. He's like a bully, just taking it to you. And you just lost your fight. It's like, what happened to your fight? What happened to your fight game? You know, in the world, you know, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, God, the fight game? He's like, what do you think the enemy comes to do? Kill, steal, and destroy. He's not playing with you. And we're talking about every day. So if you don't, it's Monday. And if you don't wake up today and understand that you better have your fight game on to win today. I ain't talking about tomorrow. I'm just talking about today. You know, the world says, oh my God, it's Monday. But guess what? This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. And the enemy is not going to take my day. He's not going to take my joy. He's not going to take my peace. He's not going to take my happiness. He's not going to take my family, my marriage, my job, my finances, my destiny, my purpose. He's not taking it. I got my fight game back. You understand? I got my fight game. I'm going to fight the good fight of faith. Why? Because I'm going to believe the word. I'm going to believe what the promises that God has promised me. I'm going to believe that everything that God says is going to happen is going to happen. I believe that. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit here and fight a fight. I'm not fighting against flesh and blood. I understand what I'm fighting. The problem is we want to fight flesh and blood because it's easy. I can fight this person. No. If you don't understand spiritual warfare, if you don't understand what you're fighting against, then you might want to find a coach that's going to be able to teach you and train you and raise you up so you can understand what you're fighting. Because once again, you're not fighting flesh and blood. The enemy is not fighting fair. And if you think that the enemy is going to fight you fair, then you have been bamboozled. You have been bewitched. You have been tricked. I'm telling you. Your fight game goes south. And as a boxer, I was like, as a boxer, you got to change up. You know, I was thinking about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali just jabbing, pop, 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 moving quick, pop, pop, pop. Mike Tyson comes in with body blows. Sometimes you might have to pray. Then sometimes you just gonna have to get in that mirror and start declaring over yourself and start pumping up them spiritual muscles. Your spiritual muscles, we talked about that. We talked about that last week. We talked about your spiritual muscles getting stronger. We said we getting stronger now. You remember when I said I wasn't gonna quit? Still, you already in the ring. You already in this fight. You can't quit now. Is the enemy gonna knock you out, or are you gonna knock the enemy out? That's the question. Are you gonna get knocked out? Is the enemy gonna knock you out? I was like, God, I remember I probably had like 3, maybe 4 fights in my whole life. I'm not talking about fighting my family or my cousin or my brothers or anything. I'm talking about outside of my family. And so I was sitting there and I was thinking, you know, every level that I've been in, I had one of those fights. And so, and you know how when you were young, you get into these fights, you know, people gather around, right? They gather around because we're going to see what kind of fight you got now. We're going to see what your fight game look like now. You know, they pumping it up. Here it is. These people around you right now, they know you in a fight. They know you in a fight for your marriage. They know you in a fight for your life. They know you in a fight for your children. They know you in a fight. They know you in a fight. They're standing around watching like, oh, we gonna see what you gonna do now. Whoa, you such and such about to get you. And you sitting there and you understand. You gonna sit there and let, cause they watching. You gonna sit there and let this bully, this enemy just come in and just take everything. You know he coming to kill, steal, and destroy. But we gonna sit there and I know I ain't gonna let him do it. So I was like, okay, God, what are you talking about? He said, now, remember when you got into this fight? And I remember getting into the fight. Now, this fight was for my cousin. This fight was for my cousin. So we're talking about family. This was about my family. And so this dude and listen, I'm a short dude. So everybody that I end up fighting is normally taller than me or just a little bit taller than me, whatever. And so I'm telling him, I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, bro, this is not the fight you want. So I'm telling the enemy, hey, bro, this is not the fight you really want. You don't want to pick this fight. And so the dude was like, man, listen, bro, you better put your hands up. And so in my mind, something clicked. Bam. And I was like, I'm about to knock you out, bro. And I'm telling you, it was probably, I kicked him one time, and then the next 2 blows, I shattered his jaw. I shattered his jaw. I'm talking about the next time I saw him, he was wired up. He wasn't talking no more. How many times have you shut the enemy up? How many times have you shut the enemy up? How many times have you bust the enemy in his mouth, wired his mouth shut so he can't talk no more? He can't come at you with this stuff anymore, this negativity anymore. And let me tell you something. When you knock him out, when you win that fight, the people around you, the standing around you, they now the one that's oh, let me see what you gonna do. Now they all like, oh, he done knocked them out. You done changed their whole mindset. You done changed you changed everything about them. They're not playing with you no more. They saw you knock him out. They saw you fight. They see you fighting for your family. They see you fighting for your life. They see you fighting for your health. They see you fighting for your children. They see you doing all that, but you done knocked him out. And I was sitting there like, God, I remember. And then the people walk around the next day, they're like, GB, man, you got that man mouth shut wide open. That man sipping on soup. That man sucking out of a straw. He got to eat out of a straw. And in my mind, I'm like, and he picked that fight. I ain't picked that fight. He messed with the wrong family. He messed with the wrong person. And so I had to do what I had to do. You gotta do what you gotta do. You better get your fight game back. You better stop walking around here and letting this bully, let this enemy walk around here killing, stealing, and destroying all of your stuff. He's walking in your house and just robbing you. He's taking your joy. He's taking your peace. He's taking all that. Man, where your fight game at? You ain't fighting no more. You quit? What? Let's fight the good fight of faith. We're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against principalities. Spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what you're fighting. You better get your fight game on. Then I went to college, right? Now here's a whole nother one. I went to college. I'm thinking that I shouldn't have to fight anymore. I get to college and this young man wants to fight me. I mean, like right before I get ready to go home or something. And I'm sitting there and I got all of these dudes, right? They're like, man, such and such want to fight you. That's like the enemy. Man, I'm going to fight you today. I'm going to take your joy. I'm going to take your peace. I'm going to take your family. I'm going to take your joy. I'm going to take all of that from you. It's just selling wolf tickets, just talking. Yeah. And now here's 2 things can happen. You can listen to that and then stay in your room and cry all day. Or you can say, man, let me shut this man up, man, because I'm done with all of this. You're not just going to sit here and disrespect me. You're not going to sit here and just talk bad about me. I know they say, you shouldn't be fighting, turn the other cheek and all of that. I get it. But sometimes that's turning the other cheek to somebody else. But I'm talking about this enemy. I ain't turning my cheek to him. I'm finna knock him out. And so this boy just kept talking. We talking about 3 hours of just talking. I'm getting ready to get on a plane and go back home for Christmas, and you want to just talk to me like I'm crazy? And I mean, he got the whole school, like his whole dorm room is standing outside my dorm room talking about what you gonna do, what he's gonna do. So now, here go my people. Hey, Jesse, I'm talking about Garden City. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking, I'm looking at this dude, and I'm saying, man, you don't want to fight. My roommate, Zach came in, was like, GB, you gonna have to fight that, bro. You gonna have to fight him, dude. We not leaving. We not going back home until you fight him. And it's like, who's this pumping you up? It's like that person that your spiritual parents or whoever it is. Listen, you gonna have to fight. You gonna have to stand up, put your shoes on, and let's go and fight this enemy, because this enemy is not gonna just destroy you. This enemy is not just gonna take take everything from you. So I said, man, listen, man, we getting ready to go, man. I don't want to fight him. So he was like, bruh, I can hear the people outside. So I was like, I'm put my clothes on. I put my clothes on, put my shoes on. I walk outside. It's snowing. I mean, it's snow everywhere. And I'm looking at this young man, and he out there just bobbling like, yeah, I'm finna knock you out, bruh. You gonna respect me. And I'm looking at him like, you just flat out disrespecting me. I don't want to fight you, but if I gotta fight you, I'm gonna fight you. And so, here it goes. I look at him. He look at me. He pushed me. I swung. I kicked. I slammed. He got up. I hit him in the jaw. Done deal. The fight wasn't even 3-5 minutes. Game over. It was over. The next time I heard about him, he was wired shut again. That's 2 wired shuts. 2 wired shuts. He's not talking to me anymore. Matter of fact, he didn't even speak to me anymore. The next time he spoke to me, he was like, "Hey, GB, man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't even want to come at you. I shouldn't even came at you like that." And I'm like, cool. But when you bust the enemy in the mouth, he understands who he's dealing with. He understands he can't come at you like that no more. He just can't come talking to you crazy. He just can't come up you disrespecting you no more. Yes, he's going to try, because he's going to see if you got your guards down. He's going to see if you haven't been training. Have you been praying? Have you been declaring? Have you been fasting? Have you been doing the things that you're supposed to do spiritually, that you're setting yourself up to be able to get your spiritual muscles in any time? Anytime the enemy come at you, you're able to knock him out. Anytime the enemy come at you, you're ready to slam him on his neck. Anytime the enemy comes at you, he better understand that this is a fight. He really don't want to fight. He's stupid, but he gonna fight. He gonna come to fight, but he don't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight. I'm just telling you, he doesn't want to fight. My third fight, I'm at my, I'm a young man. I'm out of school. I'm a young man, and I'm playing a basketball game. And this dude kept fouling me. I'm 5 foot, bro. I'm not even coming to the hole. Why are you fouling me outside the 3-point line? That's no reason to be hitting me. No reason to be trying to undercut me. None whatsoever. So I told him, bruh, you got one more time to trip me or to push me, and I'm gonna shut you down. And he was like, he mushed my head. I'm a grown man. You a little dude, bruh. And you mushed my head. Man, by the time I turned around, I had swung, and I heard his jaw break. I heard it break. And he hit the ground and blood everywhere. Woo. When I tell you, everybody looking at me like, you have killed him. I didn't know what to do. I was trying to hip him up, pick him up, whatever. I'm wiping the stuff up, man. I'm just trying to get the man clean. I'm like, then I thought about him like, man, boy, get up and get out of here, man. Hey, man, get up out of here. Get your blood, get yourself, and get up out of here, because you shouldn't have did what you did. And everybody around me looking at me like, oh, man. Yeah, man, y'all better not be messing with that coach. That man there, man, he'll knock you out. Wired shut. 3 wired shuts. Those young men never talked. They never came at me talking this stuff again. What are you doing to the enemy? Are you wiring him shut? Are you knocking him out? Or is he steady talking? That means you keep going round and round. I'm like Mike Tyson, baby. I'm just trying to knock you out. I don't need to be doing this all day long. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to fight you all day long. I shouldn't have to fight you all day long, because my spiritual muscles are strong enough to knock you out. My endurance is enough that in the first round, I'm hitting you so fast and so hard and so many times that your body is starting to shake. It's starting to fall apart. How you beating up the enemy? How are you coming at the enemy? What your fight game look like? Have you lost your fight game? Is your fight game stronger? Because if you're working on them spiritual muscles, then your spiritual muscles letting you know that I'm about to knock you out. That I'm talking about knocking. I'm talking about like TKOing. It's time for you to actually get up out the game. I'm done with this wrestling. I'm not wrestling against flesh and blood. No. I wasn't. I'm done with that. Those three right there was my flesh and blood. What I fight now is spiritual wickedness in high places. That's where my fight game goes. I understand. It was a level of shifting. He said, if you can wire their mouth shut, then you need to be wiring the devil's mouth shut. You need to be shutting him up. You need to be knocking him out. And you got to understand. He hit me with that. This is my day. This is the day I made. This is the day that I told you to get up and rejoice and be glad in it. Why is it that you wake up on a Monday and you dread to go to work? You dread to come out the house. You dread to go what you doing. Why? Because you done already let him throw body blows at you. You getting hit with body blows on an early Monday morning before you go to work. Man, let me tell you something. You better find you a song and put that song on that gets you hyped. I know in football, if you go, you pay attention to basketball games or football games and they go in the locker room, the guys have their headphones on and they just bobbing and weaving, they getting their mind right. They're getting their mind right. Why? Because they know they're getting ready to go into a battle. They say, oh, sports it's not, why you equate a basketball game or a football game to a battle? Why? Because in their mindset, it's competition. In a war, it's competition. You trying to win. It doesn't matter. It's a win or a loss. It's either win or go home. One of the two. One of the two. You going in a battle. It's either you gonna win or you gonna lose. You wake up every morning, there's a battle. That's a battle that you gotta fight. There's a battle you gotta fight. At the end of the day, did you win or did you lose? We're not talking about tomorrow. We're not talking about next week. We're talking about today. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't be putting all your thoughts into tomorrow when you still got to deal with today. Can we win today? What's your fight game look like today, this Monday? What is your fight game looking like? I'm just trying to say. Come on. Let me tell you. What's your fight game looking like? What is your fight game looking like? That's my question. What's your fight game looking like? But today, we're going to declare I got my fight game back. I got my fight game back. You understand that? I have my fight game back. I have my fight game back. Listen, I'm not in the business of losing. I've taken some L's. I've really taken some L's. I've taken some year-long L's. Losing everything. I almost lost my life. Now, you think that I want to go back to that place? So yes, I had to go back into the training room. I had to go back and start training some more. I had to go back and get my mind right. I had to go back and get my spiritual muscles right. I had to go back and get my vocabulary right. I got to go back and get my hearing right, that I'm hearing my trainer. I'm hearing the Holy Spirit as he talks to me, as he gives me the strategies. I need you to bob and weave, Gerald. I need you to bob and weave. This time I want you to hit him with a left, then hit him with a right. I want you to go to the body. I need you to do all of these things at the same time because I need you to knock him out. We done playing with the enemy. We done playing with the enemy. I got my fight game back. I'm ready to fight now. Coach, I'm ready to fight now. Trainer, don't throw in the towel. Put me back in. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. Come on. Ding, ding, ding. Put it back on. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. It's time to fight, y'all. It's time to fight. No longer are we just sitting in the corner. Right? Sitting in the corner, want to throw in the towel. No, man, that's that place where we was talking about quitting. Why quit now? Man, you already in round 3. You're in round 3. He just as tired as you. He's sitting over there breathing hard. Ain't no need to quit now. You've trained to get stronger, not trained to get weaker. And on top of it, the word says that when you are weak, he is strong. That's why you keep your eyes on him. When you are weak, he is strong. He gives you what you need. If Christ lives in you and you live in Christ, and that when you are weak, he is strong. When you tap into the strength that you need to actually get through the day that you need, I'm trying to tell you, you get stronger. You don't get weaker. You get stronger. You know why you get weaker? Because you're not tapping into the strength that's inside of you, to the power that's inside of you. You haven't tapped into it. And so when you tap into something and you end up doing something that you know you couldn't do in your own strength, that's when you know that the God that is inside of you has done something, that's done something in you that has caused you to actually excel in something that you couldn't do in the natural. Come on, y'all. Today is the day that we fight differently. Today is the day that you get your fight game back. Everybody that's looking at you, that crowd around you, they was once cheering for that bully. But after that bully got knocked out, you the man, you the woman, you the one, you're the chosen one. Now they looking at your fight game. They trying to emulate your fight game. Every boxer always look at the best boxers. They always look at the best boxers, and they try to pick and choose something that fits them, that they're able to use when they get into a boxing ring. So when they get into the boxing ring, sometimes they might hit what they might be a southpaw. Sometimes they might be righty. And then, you know, sometimes they the body blow dude. Sometimes they just a good puncher, a quick puncher. Some of them will be a showboat. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what's your style. Man, listen, you better find your style. You better find your style and get back into this ring and let's fight. Period. Period. That's all I'm saying. Period. Let's fight. Period. Today, all I want you to declare is I got my fight game back. I got my fight game back. You're not fighting against flesh and blood. You're fighting against these principalities. You're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what you're fighting against. And so stop acting like you're fighting against flesh and blood, because that's just too easy. That's too easy. Fight these things that are operating in the spirit realm. And if you don't understand what you're fighting, then you might want to find a coach. You might want to find somebody, a trainer, that's going to train you in spiritual wickedness. That's going to train you in spiritual warfare. That's going to train you and coach you how to fight. Give you the stamina that you need. Train you in a way that you're no longer are going to take these L's, but you're going to take some wins. Now you're going to get your winning season back. You're going to start, collecting these wins. And you know how you collect wins? It's every day. You don't collect wins all through the week. At the end of the week, you collect them every day. Did I win today? Was I upset today? Was I angry today? Was I happy today? Was I in pain today? Was I, whatever it may be. But the reason you doing it is because you're strengthening your spiritual muscles. It might be your prayer game. It might be your declaration game. It might be your fasting. It might be your worshiping. It might be your praising. Whatever it is that needs some strength, you got to actually do it. Got to actually do it. So today, I'm telling you, I was so excited to get this thing out. I told my wife I was about to burst. I couldn't wait to stop. I couldn't wait to get to a place where I can just let this thing out. Because today, you got your fight game back. You got your fight game back. It's time to fight differently, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's time to fight differently. Your fight game is back. You're no longer sitting in you're no longer just sitting there getting beat. That's right. Jess. You got to put in the work. Listen, you got to put in some work. If you ain't putting in this work, man, you're going to take some L's. If you lazy, you're going to take some L's. If you got a mindset it don't take all of that, you're going to take some L's. If you tired of taking L's, put in the work. Get in the weight room. Get the weight room, get in the Bible. Get your Bible. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to read the Bible. Now they got the Bible where you can just let the Bible read to you. All you got to do is listen to it. Get in your car and let the Bible talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Find some messages. Let the Holy Spirit lead you to a message and listen to the message. Matter of fact, I get into the car in the mornings and I listen to praise songs. I listen to, 3 and 4 different people on praise songs. I got a little playlist that I listen to. It get my mind right. It flushes out all of the noise. It flushes out all of the things that cause me to be off balance. Man, listen, I'm trying to get some balance in my life. We can't get in the ring and not be balanced. You're going to get yourself knocked out. Today is the day that you're finding your fight game. Your fight game is coming back. So all I want you to declare today is, I got my fight game back. I got my fight game back. And devil, you in trouble. I got my fight game back. And I'm talking about, walk around like I would say with your chest out, because that's what guys do, but with your head up. I got my fight game back. Oh, and let the devil know when you step out of the house, I'm coming. Man, listen, you have messed with the wrong family. You have messed with the wrong marriage. You have messed with the wrong finances. Listen, I want generational blessings. I want all of it back. I want everything that the enemy has stolen. I want everything that I forfeit, that my bloodline forfeited. I want it back. I want it back. If you done lost your joy, I want it back. I want it back. I want it back. It's time to fight, man. It's time to fight, man. Put your hands up. Put your, like they say, put your set up. Put it up and let him know you're getting ready to fight. Because I'm not going to sit here and walk around with my hands down by my side and you about to punch me in my mouth. How many times you got punched in the mouth by the devil? And now you want to cry about it? No, those days are over. When I say they over, they're over. Listen to me. Those days are over. I got my fight game back. Put your dukes up. Put them up. I got my fight game back. Just, Nicky, I like that. Put the punch sign in and say, I got my fight game back. That's our declaration. And so I thank you for joining me on another episode. I like that. Episode of Driveway Motivation. So I pray that this motivates you, encourages you, pushes you, drives you to put your hands up, to get your fight game back. I pray that this does. And so you can go to our website. I'm Gerald, one part of Gerald and Yvette ministry. You can go to our website, GeraldandYvette.com, get all the resources. Please, hey, if you haven't gone to our YouTube channel, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, please. We got a lot of stuff on YouTube. A lot. I mean, a lot. And subscribe for me, please. And like some of the videos if they encourage you, if they move you, if they motivate you, because we're in that business of just motivating you and training and coaching, because that's what we do. Me and my wife, that's what we do. We just like to coach. We like to train. We do it in the natural and we do it in the spirit. And so go to our YouTube channel, Gerald and Yvette Ministries on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like. Also, we have on our website, we have our resources. We got just did a book, our love story, Marriage to Reconciliation. It's called Bent But Not Broken. I mean, off the chain. I love it. It was something that came from us, from the depth, and it came from a place of hurt and pain and walking through the process. My wife has her book. She has a book and a workbook, Help for the Help Meet workbook, Help for the Help Meet book. She has a Tips and Sips journal. I was on Tips and Sips. I was on the PPK edition. So I did me a special guest last night. So if you haven't seen that one, that'll be on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel and check them out. These tips are phenomenal. My wife does a great job at giving these tips for marriages. I mean, good marriages, bad marriages, getting ready, singles that's getting ready to be married. Because if you single, these are the things that you would need to know before you enter into a covenant. I ain't say a contract. I ain't say a marriage. I said a covenant. And so if we understand that you're walking into a covenant, that you're walking into something that you understand that there's a sacrifice that has to be made, not just something that I want this and they want this. It's a sacrifice has to be made. And so these sips and tips help you to understand that there's a sacrifice that has to be made. And so I appreciate her doing it. It does something. And she also does on Tuesday morning, she does praying for the kings, which is phenomenal. I love when she prays for me. I love when she helps other help me to pray for their kings. And I'm telling you, don't think what you praying is not affecting, because I literally feel my wife's prayers when she's on this line praying with others, and as she continues to pray. So if you haven't heard that one, make sure you do your notification, because she'll be jumping on tomorrow, and she's going to, I don't know what God is going to do. I don't know what God will have her praying for, but I'm excited to see it. But today's declaration is put your fists up, and I need you to say, I got my fight game back. I need everybody. I don't care if you're on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all up. Better put your fists up and say, I got my fight game back. Today the enemy has lost. Today the enemy is no longer going to win in our marriages, in our families, in our finances, on our jobs, even in us. We're fighting now. We know we got to get our spiritual muscles back. And so today is the day that we got stronger. Today is the day that we got our fight game back. I'm balanced now. I'm ready to punch. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to listen. Let's shut his mouth. Let's wire his mouth shut. Wire his mouth shut. So now he can't even speak to you. He's not whispering to you anymore. That's over. That's over. All right. Thank you again. I appreciate this because, yeah, spiritual champ. That's what I'm talking about. Give me my belt. Come on. And make sure y'all get y'all belt today. Make sure y'all win the belt today. Knock him out and take the belt back. That's what all I want. Get your belt. Get your spiritual belt. Today is that day. All right. Thank you once again for joining me for an episode of Driveway Motivation. Have a great day.